What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing an educational commentary over one of my own gameplays from on stream the other night. It was a 20 kill solo win, and I'm going to attempt to kind of give you guys a little rundown on the methodology, sort of the technique behind getting high kill games. And if you're not necessarily a high kill player, there's definitely some good takeaways in this that you'll be able to apply to your own game anyways. So jumping into it, first things first is landing spot, guys. If you are trying to get a lot of kills, you need to be landing at a high density area. So right now in season 3, since the super change, I honestly think that Superstore is not the greatest of spots. It's very RNG because of how many kind of different levels of verticality there are in the store. I actually have found factory and hangars to be two of the best spots for solo kills. There's a lot of players that land there. The fights are not that hard. There's not too much stuff that you have to worry about as far as like random little corners that people can sneak around in and stuff. And so I would recommend trying hangars or trying factories. If you're comfortable super, absolutely go there. I would just say that you're probably going to end up dying there more often than at these other spots. These spots are a little bit more consistent. So right off the bat, we've already got 2 kills. We have the guy creeping around downstairs below us, and then we were able to hear the guy out front and use our utility to block off the door as he was running in with the molly, get him cracked. He was panicking, and then we killed him. Now, once we have our initial loot, so a few good guns off spawn, PPSH, great off spawn, Bullfrog, if you can find one, great off spawn. The Mac 10 here, if you get lucky and find one, is obviously still phenomenal. As soon as you've got loot and plates, guys, you want to start looking for the red dots on your radar, right? Off spawn kills are very important in high kill games. If you can get a quick 5-6 kills off spawn, which is very doable at hangars, you've already set yourself up on a great pace, right? You can see I'm going to replace my Bullfrog with the Farah. In my opinion, the Farah is probably the strongest floor loot weapon right now. Pretty similar to the FFAR last season. I'll oftentimes carry 2 if I can. If I can find 2 of different rarities, then I'll carry both. Now I've got 16,000, so immediately we're looking for the closest buy station, and we're heading right there, right? We're going to try to take the safest route along this wall. I don't want to be running out in the middle of the airfield, you know what I mean? I want to have cover, so if somebody does get some shots on me, then I can get behind cover, play it up, and then take the fight, right? Loot up real quick, see if there's any extra goodies. We're going to find a dead silence, which we love in solos. We're going to buy a loadout, and then we're going to buy a UAV. Ideally, when we hit one of these buy stations, first buy, if you can have 14,000 is perfect. You can get a loadout and you can get a UAV. If you need plates, you should hopefully be able to find a few extra plates while looting. If you need plates, you maybe skip out on the UAV, but ideally you're buying a loadout and a UAV right away. Just going to skip this ahead slightly here. Try to get rid of some of the useless downtime. We're going to go grab this bounty as soon as possible. Again, we are just trying to limit our downtime here, right? We're going to grab that bounty. We see it pops up on our bottom left, but if you can see on the UAV in the top left, there's a guy buying his loadout right now. We are going to push him. The bounty, you guys got to remember, we have 3 minutes to get the bounty, right? So we have 3 minutes of permanent information on where that player is. Best case scenario is that we can actually, over the next couple of minutes, fight other people in the area who we will not have that information on later, right? So we're going to go pick up this free kill. We knew he was buying his loadout. We saw it falling from the sky. That's just an easy pickup for us. Now, nobody else is really close to us. Let's go deal with the guy that is our bounty. It'll put some extra cash in our pocket, and we can buy another UAV and start pushing some other players, right? We see these upstairs in the other building. So what I'm going to do is get on equal level here and see if maybe I can just take him out with a simple gunfight, right? He won't know exactly where I am. We've got the bounty. We've got the UAV. If he's upstairs and he's kind of holding the position, I can maybe catch him off guard. Now we realize he's not on the top floor, so he's probably in the window. I'm going to throw a grenade in the window. At best, it cracks him. At worst, it forces him out of that position into the open stairwell, and we can take the gunfight that we were kind of prepared for there. Now we're just heading to the next bounty again. It's very important, guys, if you're going for high kills, just always be thinking one step ahead if possible, okay? Got my kill, where's the next bounty? Or where's the next buy station if I have money to grab a UAV, right? Minimizing your downtime and your time between each kill is so important for finding as many kills as possible, right? Every second that you waste is a second that a player could be dying, or a player could be rotating into a defensive spot that's gonna be very hard to push. So now we're pushing into super. I'm gonna pop this dead silence because I don't know exactly where this player is, and superstore is a very, very campy spot. See, I just catch him here, and I actually completely whiff my shots. I was caught off guard like quite a lot actually by the fact that he was sitting up in that on that box. I didn't expect that, and then I just did not do a good job adjusting my shots. But fortunately, hey, we had the dead silence. We popped it. We knew we had it, and we wanted to use it to our advantage. I don't think it belongs in the game. It's very broken, but I'm gonna use it if it's there, right? So now we're gonna head over to this car. I'm assuming we don't have a trophy, which is a little unfortunate. If you don't have a Bertha, not having a trophy does feel bad, but it's kind of a risk that you need to take if you're gonna be pushing for new PRs and high kills, right? You can't afford to run anywhere if there's another option, right? Obviously, sometimes you're gonna have to run, but if you have the option to get in a car, you need to do so. You just need to be a little bit cautious of the fact that C4s could instantly kill you, right? So don't drive too close to people if you don't have a trophy. So we're gonna push this guy. We've got him cracked. I'm gonna keep the pressure on. Now I'm pretty sure he went right behind gas station. I wasn't 100% certain on this. Popped the UAV and I realized he actually hid behind the trash can. So we're just gonna turn back and take the challenge. We win that pretty easily. Plate back up, grab the plate box, and head back to our car. Nobody close to us on the UAV. We do see some bleeps over near kind of storage town, so that's probably the direction we're gonna head. We've got 20,000 as well, so maybe we make a stop at this buy station, pick up another UAV or two, and be on our way. Okay, so we grabbed 2 UAVs. I'm gonna call the first one, and then I'm gonna pocket one. That's usually what you want to be doing if the money allows it. Grab one, call it immediately so you can get some information on what's around you, and then grab one for the pocket, and then start pushing whatever is close to you. So we see there's a guy in pool. I'm going to pull up on the wide side here. I don't want to come in the same door that he's kind of sitting at, because that's going to give him the advantage. If I come from this side, it's sort of a even battle, and I can start to just use my use my UAV to get some information on where he's playing and use that to my advantage, and hopefully get an upper hand on him. This guy unfortunately did not want to move at all, so I was trying to play the high ground and see if he would come out. He decides he's not going to, and at this point he's just wasting a little bit too much of my time, so I kind of have to take the challenge. See, he's there. I'm going to back off for the stun, and then I'm going to slide to chow. He actually does the same exact thing as me. Fortunately, we did a good job adjusting our aim, and we're able to pick up the kill. Grab his airstrike, grab his dead silence, because dead silence, as long as you've got plates, is absolutely more valuable than a plate box. One thing to keep in mind, now the reason why I was playing so slow with that guy is because in the current meta right now, you have to respect street sweepers. There's so many street sweepers on the floor. I mean, there's even a couple of gallows on the floor loot, and it does not matter if you have your loadout. If somebody gets up on you with a street sweeper, they are going to clean you out 8 or 9 times out of 10. So you've got to respect the street sweeper. Every once in a while, like that, in that situation there, I did have to just push in. He was not going to leave that bathroom. And at the end of the day, if you're going for high kill games, you do have to take some risks, right? It's going to bite you in the ass every once in a while, but generally speaking, most players that are playing that way usually aren't the best players anyways. So we're going to head over to get Lodi, get our second set of perks. And I hear somebody near me. I actually don't know where this guy was. I'm going to pop my dead silence, use that to my advantage. See that he's right below me. Can't see him though. Just wanted to double check and get away from that just in case he had an angle on me and knew where I was. And we're going to find him, and he's just a little duckling, man. A lost little duckling with his sons. I think that was the same guy actually from the bathroom, if I remember correctly, who was also trying to stun me there, by the way. So we're going to go grab second perk, and I generally will go for restock. Now, you can go for ghost. Honestly, I think that restock is a decent amount better. If you are playing for high kill games specifically, you're usually going to be in a car, guys. People are going to know where you're coming from, right? Restock is just going to help you deal with those people that camp, yeah? We all hate that about solos. That's probably the most frustrating thing about solos. People take up defensive positions, and it's sometimes very, very hard to deal with them. So having endless stuns and grenades are a great way to help us deal with that kind of stuff. We want to waste as little time as possible on campers like that. And so, you know, just having that refresh, that restock utility is really, really good. So we're going to hop back in the Bertha. The Bertha, in my opinion, is the best vehicle for solos. You're very, very protected in it. It can't get one shot by a C4 unless it's around, it's somewhere around half HP. I don't know the exact numbers, but it usually will take 2 C4s to kill a full Bertha. So you get a little bit of time to hop out. Now we know there's a guy in this roof. We're going to stun left and we're going to stun right and we're going to head up the stairs. I'm not going up the stairs slow, guys, because I know that he's holding the stairs, right? And if he's stunned, the best thing that I can do is get past his crosshair as quick as possible, because you can't move your crosshair very well when you're stunned. So we're going to move in and go wide slide so that he can't keep up with us, and then figure out where he is and start winning the gunfight. I there slid into a bunny hop backwards to really throw him off. That's a little bit of an advanced movement technique. If you have not learned that yet, I definitely recommend doing so. I can make a video on that if people are interested. We're gonna go and look up, or look to buy some more UAVs, excuse me, and we're gonna call in 3 for an advanced, and then pick up an extra one for the pocket. So advanced is just going to give us some information on everybody who's around us. I should honestly, I know that this guy's here. I should be hitting my map and seeing where a big clump of players are that I can head after this. This is a little bit of a mistake from me. I'm getting 2 tunnel vision on this one kill that I already know is here. I'm going to airstrike to make him jump out of the tower here. And he's going to jump and go and steal my berth, I believe. Yeah, I thought I remember that correctly. Little bit unfortunate. I maybe should have been a little bit more prepared for him to do that. I was a little scared when that SUV pulled past the front door. I didn't want to just go out there looking for the guy jumping out, right? I played a little bit on the safe end. I kind of get nipped in the butt for it, but it's going to happen every once in a while. We'll just hop in this Bertha and we'll keep pushing. Now, immediately opening up the map, trying to find, hey, where's the next bounty? Again, going back to limiting as much downtime as possible. It sucks that guy got away, but there's no point in us chasing him, right? What are we going to do? He's in a Bertha. We have a Bertha. I can't just keep shooting it, so we're going to let him go for now. And we're going to grab a bounty and start searching for some other players that we can kill. As you can see, the lobby has already been absolutely fried. Second zone's closing, 18 alive. But we're still going to be able to squeeze a 20 out of this game just by limiting our downtime and being smart about, you know, how we take our fights and where we set ourselves up. So we're heading towards this bounty. Probably our best bet at this point. It's going to be very hard for us to go to any area and just find kills. So bounties right now are our best opportunity to actually finding kills. I could maybe make a stop here for a UAV. It looks like I'm going to do that. Even a UAV, honestly, at this point is not even great because of how big the map still is and how few players there are. It's not even that likely that there are people too close to me. But fortunately, somebody does pop on by a UAV and they're not in a great position. Looks like they're on the wall at graveyard here. So we're going to pull up. We're not going to get too close, right? I actually have a misread on my map. I thought he was a little bit closer than he was. Hop over this wall, get him cracked. We're happy to challenge him. See, now what I did there was I didn't pull right up to him, right? I have perfect information on where he is, even though I misread my minimap slightly. I don't need to pull up right on him. I can use my AMAX. I don't know if he's got his loadie right. He doesn't have Ghost, so there's a chance that he doesn't. A lot of players in solos love to grab Ghost first loadout even. So we're going to pull up a little bit far away from him, not give him a chance to get a 50-50 gunfight with us, right? If possible, we don't want a 50-50 gunfight. Sometimes you're going to have to do it when you're going for these high kill games. But if possible, we'll play a little bit slow. See, I had my stuns there if I needed them. That guy was a little bit of a bot, so we were able to clean him up pretty easily. But generally speaking, if we're taking a fight out in the open or something like that, I want to make sure that I'm pulling up on some cover. This guy's going to pull past us. Not a whole lot we could do. I was kind of banking on him maybe driving towards me there. But it looks like he's just driving in the complete opposite direction. He's going to go hop up in that tower, and I really don't have any interest in fighting that. So I'm just going to leave him. I'm going to go deal with my bounty. I've got another 30 seconds of information on this guy. So at this point in the game, I want to go and try and, you know, shut him down, right? Go claim this kill if I can while I still know exactly where he is. So I'm pretty sure he's up top, but we're going to be a little bit cautious of everything else just in case he's not. But you know, most likely he's sitting on that roof. Now this car is going to actually pull up to us. They're going to hop out. We see the car is no longer red, so we know he's probably coming through this side building. Again, I'm going to do the same kind of movement technique that I did up in the attic in the other building. We're just going to slide wide, make it hard for him to track us, and then we're going to b-hop up out of that slide. And it can be very, very hard for somebody to keep their aim steady on you when you do a movement like that. That's why you see a lot of players, JLove, you know, great example. His movement is insane. It's very, very hard to hit somebody when they're doing that. So this guy is still just sitting on the roof, or at least I'm pretty sure he's on the roof. We haven't actually seen him to get clarity of that yet, but we're pretty certain he's up there. We're also getting sniped at from the other roof over there. So what we're going to do is get on the other side of this building so that I'm not his sniping target. And I'm going to go try and grab a little UAV. Cluster, double check. Yep. Like I heard him on stream. I think I actually heard the guy above me, but we can't obviously hit the buy station. So what I'm going to do now is try to get a little bit of an angle. Generally speaking, I wouldn't advise wasting time like this on a player who's sitting on a roof, because he's not really a threat to your lobby size. You know, if he's going to play up on this roof, and as we can see, he's not an aggressive player. He's not peeking me. He's not trying to get any kills. So it's not like he's going to fry the lobby. The thing is, in this situation, the lobby is already dead. There's only 11 people anyways. So at this point, I really am just trying to find and hunt down every kill possible. But if you were, you know, if this was early game, for example, or if there was a lobby that was not as fried as this one, then you would just leave a player like this. He's not going to go drop 5, 6, 7 kills and really start, you know, having impact on your lobby size. He's just going to sit up there till zone forces him out, and then we'll come back around when zone is pushing him out, and we'll pick him up for free. In this scenario, I just need to deal with him. There's only 11 people left. I don't have too much choice. Unfortunately, my cluster strike does nothing. Nothing new there. So now I'm actually thinking about, okay, maybe I just go challenge this guy with the ladder. He's not very good. I hear him jump off. I make a little mistake here by throwing that stun. I thought there was a chance he might chow me from the other side of the car. Had I have double semtex that Bertha, it would have actually blown up, but I played it slightly safe by throwing the stun. You'll see here in a second that this guy is, I mean, this guy's an interesting player. And that's something about solos. It goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning of the this game, and is that you want to land at those high density areas. Generally speaking, that's also where the other good, I'm going to throw good in quotations, because good aggressive players, I think is the better way to put it. That's where the other aggressive players will be landing most times. And those are the people that are going to deal with your lobby. When you get into endgame and solos especially, a lot of times you find players like that who are quite frankly lost. You know what I mean? That's a free kill late game. We're just going to hard ego chow this guy. Pretend like we're chasing him and then cut back. Get stuck on that wall. And then I'm going to go into the safety of this little building here to finish him off. We don't want to be finishing off our kills out in the open if at all possible, even though this lobby's pretty dead. In solos, always be ready for that next guy. If there's one tip I can give you in solos, especially when you're fighting in areas like this, where there's a lot of little sneaky spots, always be ready for that next guy. Kind of feel myself a little bit here and ego challenging a little too hard. If this player was a little bit better, he could have maybe got some beams on me there. As the game gets later, especially in games like this where the lobbies are very empty, I have a bad habit of starting to kind of lose discipline and make plays like that, which sometimes do get me punished if I happen to run into a good player late game. But like I was saying earlier, usually speaking, you're not running into great players late game, and it kind of is once you get to that level. It's sort of like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, you just run around and you pick up these last kills, but you got to be careful. You do have to be careful, man. It's Warzone, dude. You die in the blink of an eye. So one misstep can easily get your game ruined. So now here in this situation, I climbed up on top of Super because I'm edge zone. I don't want to cross no man's land, and I want to see what zone does before I make a move. So I just climbed up to top Super, try to get a little bit of information, see what's going on. Now we see where the zone is. I'm going to hop in this birthday. Even though it's not super healthy, we're going to use it just to get us, you know, 30, 40 yards across this open field. Not somewhere we want to be running out solo. You know, anybody on one of these roofs or behind us potentially could deal with us so easily. We're going to go get on top of this building here. It's one of the highest points in the zone. Ideally, end game, you kind of want to have some high ground. Even though we're trying to play aggressive, you know, and this is sort of, you know, camping, I guess. At this point in the game, you just can't run around and be that guy anymore. You got to slow it down as you're getting into these final zones and allow good positioning to get you your last kills and win the game, right? Because not only do we want high kills, we do also want to win the game. You know, a 20 kill win feels better than a 19 or a 20 kill second place, right? So of course we're going to try to position ourselves for the win. And now I'm just kind of scanning the backside of the zone, right? If anybody was slow on their rotation, they're going to be coming out into no man's land, which is exactly what we tried to avoid with the car. And they would be pretty much free kills for us. Looks like we're getting a little bit unlucky on that front in this game, but very, very often you will find people who are scurrying away from the zone out in the open, and it's a free pick for you. Especially late game. That's a huge technique for high kill games in general, is catching people who are running across bad open areas away from the zone. If they're rotating late is a big no-no. Because you've got the zone pressuring you from the back. And then you've got players like me in this situation who've already gone in and set up, holding you from the front. And there's really not much you can do, honestly, unless you just hit some great shots. So we see zone pulls away from us. I'm going to go get inside of zone. I'm pretty confident. Excuse me. I'm pretty confident that nobody was in the building that I was just in. I heard nothing on my way up there. There is still a chance. I do need to be a little bit cautious. But we've seen and heard absolutely nothing on my side of the map. So I'm pretty sure that most players are going to be over near airport or in the two buildings next to airport. We're seeing some fire over there as well on the radar. I'm getting sniped at. I don't know where that's coming from, so I need to be a little bit careful. I do have self-revive, so if I happen to get caught, it's not the end of the world. We can play a little bit cocky up here. Obviously, we don't want to get sniped if possible, but we are also still trying to find these last 4 kills so we can get the 20 bomb, right? We're going to drop down. I want to get in center zone so that I can actually pick these kills up. We're going to ADS and open that door so that if anybody is up here, they don't hear us because we pop dead silence. This is a great time to use dead silence to get some positioning late game. Nobody up on these roofs. Trying to figure out where anybody is. I don't want to get too pushy over towards airport because airport's got a great angle on me. When I'm down lower on these roofs. So I'm going to wait until top airport gets kind of forced out by zone. It looks like nobody's up there. And so we're going to start taking this roof. Now we find this guy who is hiding out on top of airport. And we're going to deal with him. Now we've got the high ground. Now we are kind of in control of this game. We're going to see this guy stuck over there. He gets knocked by the guy below us. So my play here is to deal with the guy below us. He does not know I'm there. And then I'm going to wait for this self-revive to go off, right? So I can steal that kill essentially. Really smart play there. If somebody gets downed in solos and they have self, if you have the time and you have the position to do so, just let them hit the self. Let them hit the self so you can collect that kill. If I'd have finished him there, I would not have got credit for the kill. So now I'm going to go up and grab this high ground. Back, it's a 1v1. I'm feeling really good about this at this point. I don't know exactly where this player is. My guess is he's camping at the bottom floor of one of these buildings that I'm in. There's a chance he's in hangars, but I haven't seen him far side. I'd be very surprised if he was still playing hangars at this point. Most likely he's right below me. So we're feeling really, really good being the guy on the high ground here. At this point, we just need to scan around a little bit and not overcommit ourselves to anything. I'm going to stun check in hangars just in case he was in there. That would have hit him most likely if he was playing anywhere near that door. We know that he's not out front of us here, so we're just going to look to get good positioning on this next zone. Next zone pops far. Ideally, we want to try to get ahead here, and I think he gives us the opportunity. Yep, he's going to airstrike me, so I know, okay, well, I'm just going to get off. I've got a gas mask. I'm going to go deep in the zone here. grab some cover, and I'm gonna let that airstrike go past, and now you need to run into me. This is a great strategy in solos, especially if it's like a 1v1 or something. If you can get out ahead of zone and use your gas mask, he's got to run into you. There's no other play for him to do. He needs to run into me now. Looks like he went up onto the roof, jumped down. My shot's a little bit shaky here, but we're gonna get the down anyways, and we're just gonna clean him up from underneath. So hopefully you guys picked up a few things from this video. If you found it helpful, please leave a like. Definitely subscribe if you have not. I'm gonna have more of these coming. And this was my first time actually doing a video like this.